Singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up.
Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome to the Years to Ever After YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ellie.
And I'm Ben.
And there was an awkward pause there. And that's Tinkerbell. Bitey Bell.
Vampire dog.
Vampire Bell. Okay. So, first and foremost, we just want to apologize that we were nowhere to be found last week. It was my birthday, and by the time we had gotten home from dinner, it was late, and we just did not have time to record. So we apologize for that. However, with that being said, over the course of the past week, we have been discussing the future of the podcast and the channel and kind of looking into some alternatives for the direction of our channel. So this is actually going to be an update video, and then we'll talk a little bit about Disney and a little bit more about our trip after we are done with the update. But so the major update is we're not going anywhere, but we are going to discontinue the podcast. So we are going to move solely over to YouTube. It was a decision that was hard for us, and Ben's not going to talk at all, so...
Oh, yes, it was a decision that was hard for us.
But yeah, so it was a little difficult, but it wasn't going in the direction that we thought it would. I think more people see the videos than we're checking out the podcast, and it just makes more sense for us to only have to edit one thing a week because we do both work full-time and I'm also a student full-time. So it was just getting increasingly harder for us to have to edit podcasts and come up with things to talk about on the podcast and then try to make 2 videos a week. So it was just becoming a lot. And
it became not a hobby anymore.
Right. And like we were scrounging for like ideas and things like that not, everybody else and their mother covered, or like figuring out ways that we could put a different spin on it, and like it became kind of a chore, if you will. So what we decided to do, because we still do want to, bring you amazing Disney content, and we still want to talk about our love for Disney and share our trips and just, be part of this amazing Disney community, we've just decided that we're going to focus solely on YouTube. And, we hate to say that cost is a factor, but podcast hosting software is very expensive per month. And, since this is a hobby, unfortunately, it's just not something that we could maintain any longer. So we have decided that we are going to try just a little bit of a different format, but we're going to stick around on YouTube. And so now the weekly episodes will just be called Disney Chats, and they'll still be every Sunday night or possibly Saturday night, just depending on when we want to record. So they will still come out every weekend, so you have something to enjoy for the week if you like listening to us and whatnot. So we hope you do. And yeah, so that's going to be it. We're going to still try to put out one other video midweek, whether it be a Disney video or possibly a lifestyle video. And of course, with lifestyle videos, there will be Disney thrown in there somewhere because that's kind of how we live our life. Tinkerbell.
Disney.
Every weekend we'll have the Disney chat, specifically where we talk about something Disney, whether it be a news update, something that we just want to talk about Disney, something that happened at Disney World or Disneyland, or whatever, what have you. There's lots of cool things coming up with Disney. We still have to edit our park video footage, so that's coming, I promise. I'm so behind.
But don't expect it anytime soon, because we're very disorganized.
Yeah, pretty much. I was going to say we're very busy, but really we're just disorganized. So that's basically the gist of the update, is that we're taking it from beginning as a podcast, then doing it as a podcast in YouTube. Now we are solely going to focus on YouTube and try to do it that way. So we hope that those of you that enjoy the podcast do stick around and come on over with us to YouTube, and we would really appreciate
that. Just play YouTube in the car and it comes with the audio through your speakers. You don't have to watch. There's a podcast.
So you'll still get that same great funky Disney content. I don't know what
she's in a bed.
Tinkerbell's doing back there, but whatever. Alright, so anyway, so that's the major update. We're going to stop boring you with what we're going to do, because probably really don't care.
You should just do it.
Yeah, probably just really don't care anyways. So, with that being said, we will see you over on the YouTubes all the time.
Yay.
So anyways, so let's talk some Disney. Let's
talk Disney. What are we talking about?
There's so much that changed when we were down there. Cheers. It's also our 7-year anniversary, so I don't know if we threw that in there somewhere, but it's our 7-year anniversary. So we're drinking mimosas as a toast. Do you want to talk about what you thought about the new Star Wars land?
I already talked about the new Star Wars land.
We did. Oh yeah, we did.
It was very nice.
What were we gonna? Oh, we were gonna talk about transport.
It's called Galaxy's Edge, honey.
I know. It is Galaxy's Edge.
Mm.
I'm like the bane of every Star Wars fan's existence, because I just don't care. Sorry. I just like March of the
Did you know there's a new trailer that came out for the new Star Wars movie?
I did. It looks very good.
That's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Because everybody's bored everybody's death online with hour-long conversations about a 2-minute trailer.
Right. It looked good. Carrie Fisher said something. The end.
There's a zombie.
Oh.
It's Halloween.
So, I know that there was something that you wanted to discuss about transportation at Disney World.
Which one?
I don't know.
The Skyliners?
The Skyliners are creepy. Like...
I liked them.
Okay, let me preface this by saying it has nothing to do with what happened, because we were definitely supposed to be on the Skyliners that night, but we decided to change our minds and we decided to go to a different park that day. But, with that being said, when we did ride the Skyliners the day previous to, we'll call it the incident, which, I mean, it is what it is. It's a flying death box on a rope. Of course, there are going to be incidents and things like that. Like, it has nothing... My disdain towards it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that it was suspended for 3 hours. But, like, when we rode it for the first time, it was, like, super tilty and, like, kind of weird in that sense. And if the weight is not evenly distributed in the Skyliner, then it kind of tilts to one side, and that is, like, the freakiest thing. Like,
I'm okay with it.
I don't love that, like, when we were in the Skyliner, like, it was kind of tilting to one side, like, and it was freaky for me. And then it kind of, like, sways back and forth, and
That's fun.
It freaked me out, and I did not like it, and I did not like,
I did not have any issues with it.
Being in a Skyliner car with, like, I don't know, people that, like, literally would not distribute the weight evenly. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm, like, a small person, because I'm not, but, like, the other people that were in the car with us wanted to just sit all on one side with me on one side, so, like, there was uneven weight distribution, and we were, like, tilting backwards. It was scary as flip.
I was tilting forwards.
I didn't like it. I just don't like the Skyline. I mean, I would ride it again, because the positives that I will say about it is that, like, literally...
It's quick.
It is quick. Like, it's definitely quicker than waiting for a boat or bus or walking or what have you. But, like, for me, I think I just need to close my eyes and wait until we get to the next stop, because it just... I'm, like, not a heights person to begin with, so...
And for all those people complaining about the air conditioning, half the time the monorail air conditioning doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So... I feel that the Skylines are actually quicker than the monorail.
Yep.
So, but for me, it's a win.
Yeah. That's kind of the other thing. Like, I like the monorail, don't get me wrong, but I like the monorail when I'm not staying at a monorail resort.
Because getting back to that resort is a pain.
And I know that that's horribly contradictory. Oh, we like staying on the monorail resort because it's on the monorail. No, it's not cute. Like, Epcot does not have a bus to Bay Lake Tower. Or, well, the Contemporary. I mean, I don't really care if they had a bus to Bay Lake Tower or not. But, like, they don't have a bus to the Contemporary at all, period. Like, the bus guide was like, nope, you guys have to go back up and go on the monorail. Like,
which meant going back into the park. Which means not
the park.
The park, we're going through security again just to get on a monorail.
Right. Like, there's literally no bus. And,
nobody tells you that when you first get there.
Yeah. And I don't know. I didn't... At that point in the evening, like, I just wanted to get back to the resort, so, like, I didn't want to go to the transportation and ticket center, and then you have the way that where the Contemporary is on the monorail, you have to go through to the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian and Magic Kingdom, and it's, like, the last stop, so it takes, like, a good, 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So it was kind of annoying, like, and I didn't even mind standing, like, I would have stood on a bus, but there was no bus.
You missed that one part. You go from Epcot to the transportation center.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah. And then switch. Climbing up a nice slope with somebody in a wheelchair, I'm saying one last time. But for anybody who has to push somebody in a wheelchair, having to go up slopes is a pain in the rear.
It really is.
It's okay at the Epcot because they have an elevator to go up. Mm-hmm. But at the transportation area, they don't.
Or if they do, we couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
They don't.
But yeah, so it was kind of like, I don't know, like, it was weird. And normally, like, I really like the Disney transportation because it's quick and it's easy, but, like, this particular trip left me wondering if we should have rented a car. Especially because it was a DVC stay, so for us there would be no parking fees for that stay because there's something written in the DVC contracts where DVC members on a DVC stay don't pay for parking during their stay. So, for me, I was just kind of wondering, like, oh, should we have
rented a Ferrari? Yes.
Yes, always. Orlando Airport does have Orlando Airport, which is international, does have an exotic car rental, so
Honey,
that was kind of cool.
I couldn't fit your luggage in a Ferrari.
No. But it could fit in a Maserati.
Only if you get the 4-door.
Or a BMW.
Or the SUV.
Or a Mercedes. Or a Bugatti.
No, definitely not a Bugatti.
Or a Bentley.
Definitely could fit in a Bentley.
Or a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, definitely in that, but the gas price for that, wouldn't want to pay.
Fun fact, we have never rented a car on Disney property before. We have always taken Magical Express. We have always taken Disney transportation, and this was the first time that I seriously considered renting a car.
Yeah.
But I will say, though, like, Magical Express is a wonderful thing. Like, I love Magical Express. I mean, even if you have to wait a little while at the front end of it, to get there, if you get there, like, earlier in the morning or whatever, it's so much easier than, like, lugging your luggage all over the place and whatnot. So, like, Magical Express is amazing. Like, I would recommend anybody that flies into Orlando International. It's just, they get your luggage for you. It appears in your room. If you...
Like magic. Just appears.
But, like, if you have, like, a reservation or something, or you want to swim, like, right when you get there and your room isn't ready or whatever, like, just, plan ahead a little bit, pack a swimsuit and pack a change of clothes in your carry-on, and you can hit the parks, you can hit the pool, and then, your luggage just kind of shows up in your room, which is nice. And it could take up to 3 hours, so that's why I say pack a change of clothes in... pack a change of clothes in your carry-on. And then that way you don't have to worry about it. So I just thought that's a pretty cool thing. So
cool.
I love Magical Express. And then
I don't at the end of the day. When we have to go back, I hate it.
Yeah, but even at the end, it was so nice. Because, like, it was just quick and efficient and easy, and it got us to the airport on time. It was beautiful.
I hate got to the airport on time. I don't want to be at the airport. I want to stay.
Well, me too. But we're going for 10 days in November. So not this November, next November, November of 2020.
Hopefully. All goes to plan.
We're going. At least we're booking it. I will say though that the Disney buses were pretty okay this time. I didn't really have a complaint with them. I mean, at least to Hollywood Studios and to Animal Kingdom. Although the funny thing is that at Magic Kingdom there was 100% a bus to the Contemporary, but not at Epcot.
That doesn't make sense.
Not at Epcot. So
it's walking distance.
yeah. So I mean, so funny. And the boats as always are amazing. I love the Disney boats. They're just so magical, and like they're so much fun, and there's just something to be said about being out on the water, especially at Disney World, especially when you take a boat from the Transportation and Ticket Center over to Magic Kingdom, which we did not do this trip.
We should have. But
the way, like, you can literally see how absolutely incredible like Magic Kingdom and the castle looks from the boat, and it's just such a fun mode of transportation.
I'm being creeped out by a dog, okay?
I can't point backwards.
He's watching your fingers.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Ah, she's so cute. So that was kind of our experience with Disney transportation this trip. Yeah. Not that anything will change, and this video is not going to change anything. We're not going to rent a car when we go down in March, and we're staying at Coronado for 3 nights in March.
We won't have any dining reservations.
No.
So we're not rushing around.
There are no dining reservations. I mean, we say that now, but you know that there probably will be.
Nope, we're going to do this time quick service.
Yeah, we don't have any dining reservations, although I do hope that we can get back to Chef Art Smith's. Maybe we'll save that for November, but that macaroni and cheese was life-changing. It was.
Yeah, but that's walking. You don't need a reservation.
Well, sort of, yeah.
For us, it was time we went.
Yeah, so, I mean, we might consider going back to Chef Art Smith's, because that was really yummy when we ate there. I mean, it was so good. The chicken was good. The macaroni and cheese was phenomenal. And then the next thing that I kind of want to try at Chef Art Smith's is that, like, water bottle full of moonshine.
Alcoholic.
Yes, not really. Gotta get it in while I can. Yes. So what else at Disney would you like to talk about?
I don't know. It's been a few weeks since we were there.
It has. We just got all of our prints back that we ordered from all the photos that we took, so ooh.
She banged the table.
So we just got through with those, so we are hanging those up and in the process of kind of picking our favorites for like the living room and stuff like that. So we were able to get a bunch of really, really good pictures while we were down there, so that was exciting.
I could talk about the lack of extra large t-shirts they had of Haunted Mansion.
That's true.
That every t-shirt I wanted, they didn't have my size.
It was literally the one thing you wanted.
It didn't matter which one it was. They still didn't have my size.
Mm-hmm.
No Disney magic there.
Wow, negative Nelly.
That was only no Disney magic.
No, but honestly, I mean, outside of all the negative things that we talked about this week, and then I think 2 weeks ago, what did we complain about?
I know, but you always remember the negatives and not the positives in life.
No, our trip was actually pretty wonderful compared to some other trips that we've had. Like, it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know if I would put it up there with, like, our best trip ever, but it was definitely not the worst trip we've ever had, which is really good. I mean, every trip that we have to Disney, there is always amazing things that happen. And this one was no shortage of that. I mean, we got to close out Magic Kingdom 2 nights in a row, actually. Like, we got to close out Magic Kingdom, so we got to play around on Main Street while, like, nobody was in the parks.
The advantages of having a close resort.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about the bus or anything, you just walk back.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then just some really, really just cool stuff. I mean, we got to see the Halloween party again, probably for the last time for a while, but it was fun to see. we got to meet up with some friends, so that's one of my favorite traditions about going to Disney is that we have friends that live in Florida that we get to meet up with, and
I got to fly the Millennium Falcon.
He did. And California Grill Brunch was
the best
thing that I have ever done at Disney World, period. And I literally cannot wait until November to do it again because we won't have time this upcoming trip in March. But let me tell you that legitimately we will be booking that again when we go.
And recommendation, eat a lot, drink a lot, take a nap.
Yeah. So that's going to be, I'm really excited for that. That's going to be incredible. We're going to have to save up quite a bit of money for this November trip because it's going to be 9 days, so we're going to have like 9 days worth of food.
I think I need a second job.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. So that's kind of what's coming up. So next week we will be back here on YouTube with the Disney Chats. And then we will also be back some point midweek with another video. I think I'm going to do... I think this week I'm going to do an office tour because I did just rearrange my office.
And she stole my gaming chair.
I did, see.
Gave me her broken one.
Yes. So anyway, I just rearranged my office, so there's a whole bunch of new Disney stuff in here. There's some new Disney photos. I've got a new ear wall and some Disney artwork and stuff like that I just put up. And then there's some decor from the parks that I was able to put up. So I think this week's midweek video will be an office tour. So that borders on lifestyle though too, because my entire office is not all Disney, but mostly. So if you're interested in that, that will be coming out later this week. Really? So anywho, we're back. We've just moved platforms, and we will see you next week for our, what shall we call them? Fireside, not so fireside Disney Chats.
Sure, why not?
All right, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Singing songs way too loud because we wanna